Can you believe the story of a small sports company that became a multi-billion-dollar empire? Fanatics Inc. is now one of the biggest sports companies on the planet and has completely changed the world of sports forever. If you're not familiar with Fanatics, they're an American sports organization involved in the world of sportswear, collectibles, cards, merchandise, and gambling. They've essentially become the face of college and professional sports everywhere. But before it became the empire we know today, it started with small beginnings. The story of Fanatics is actually a two-part story. The first began with Michael Rubin, who is the current CEO. Rubin developed a small apparel and logistics company in 1995 called Global Sports Incorporated, which would become GSI Commerce. The concept Rubin had when starting GSI was to build out a company focused on selling sporting goods and supplies. In 2000, Rubin would expand in the world of sports with the purchase of Fog Dog, an online sporting goods company. Though he had a love for sports, Rubin knew expansion was key for growth of the company. Eventually he saw there was more potential in the online market besides just sports. By 2002, they would change their name to GSI Commerce, as Rubin believed this would allow more opportunity and inclusion of organizations. Toys R Us became one of the largest contracted partners for e-commerce after leaving a partnership with Amazon. In 2002, Rubin got his first taste of a partnership in the sports world when he secured the first ever e-commerce deal with NASCAR. This deal helped open doors for the GSI Commerce Company to continue development into the world of sports and entertainment. It also made Michael Rubin realize the potential of being an in-between facilitator for sports leagues and organizations. This helped Rubin develop the goal to create an all-encompassing sports merchandise organization. Throughout the mid-2000s, GSI continued to gain contracts in the world of e-commerce, slowly becoming one of the main players in the industry. They would be able to grow through acquisitions of companies like Smart Bargains and Rue La La. These companies would allow them to expand the GSI online footprint, but also increase fulfillment centers throughout the United States. By the 2010s, GSI would begin to also acquire marketing and data companies, including Philadelphia-based M3 Mobile Marketing. GSI was able to grow its company through smart acquisition and development. Rubin was able to help build a data-driven empire with the creation and development of the marketing side of GSI. It allowed for more consumer information to be known, which in turn helped develop and grow the business of the e-commerce side of things. Rubin understood the importance of data for the growth of an e-commerce organization. By the end of 2010 and beginning of 2011, rumors began to fly about the potential acquisition of GSI. On March 28, 2011, it was announced eBay would be acquiring GSI for $2.4 billion, which the deal would be finalized on June 20, 2011. This would put an end to the leadership of Rubin at GSI. By 2013, eBay would change its organization to eBay Enterprise, merging it with Magento. Now that we have established the history of Michael Rubin and GSI, we can now establish the history of Fanatics and how it became part of Michael Rubin's empire. In 1995, Fanatics was founded by brother Alan and Mitch Traeger. They opened what they called Football Fanatics, which was a brick-and-mortar store in the Orange Park Mall, which was out of Jacksonville, Florida. The store originally focused on the new team in the city, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Initially with this focus, they would have much success being the main place people could get Jaguars items and memorabilia in the area. This success allowed them to open a second location in the Jacksonville Avenues Mall in 1997. Again, their focus on football merchandise with a new team in the area allowed them to continue their success. By 2000, however, they began looking to expand their business. At the same time, there was a dot-com bubble and everyone was looking to build out an online platform. Brent Traeger would achieve an online presence for retail in 2000. The company would continue to grow and expand throughout the 2000s, focusing mainly on their e-commerce business. By 2006, they would acquire Marketsville Inc., which was an e-commerce and online organization. Part of this acquisition was the key component of collegefootballstore.com, which allowed Fanatics to grow their online presence in the world of sports even more. In 2011, GSI would acquire Fanatics. The main reason for their interest would be their contracts across college and professional teams. By 2011, Fanatics had several contracts in place with teams and leagues, which Rubin believed would help expand his desire to get into the sports industry, something that was in his original business plan. Rubin saw the Fanatics brand including hundreds of e-commerce partners throughout North America. Interestingly enough, after acquiring Fanatics for GSI, it would be included in the sale to eBay. However, Rubin's desire to get into the sports industry made him want to get Fanatics back. He knew eBay would want to divest as it was not key for the e-commerce side that they were trying to build out. That being said, Rubin would be able to purchase Fanatics back, as well as a stake in Rue La La and ShopRunner from eBay in 2012. This allowed them to build out the company Kinetic as the parent in 2012. In April 2012, Fanatics would raise $150 million from Insight Ventures partners and Andreessen Horowitz to acquire sports rival Dreams Inc. This allowed them to acquire more sports memorabilia brands like that of Fans Edge and Mounted Memories. Acquiring these leaders in the industry allowed them to rebrand a division within the organization called Fanatics Authentic. By 2014, Rubin had the vision to differentiate Fanatics as a leader in the world of sports. This all came from Rubin's original dream back in the 90s. He would appoint Doug Mack as Fanatics CEO in 2014. The goal of Mack was to streamline Fanatics to become a direct-to-consumer, mobile-first organization. This would guide them into the new style of e-commerce. By June, they became valued around $3 billion and would become one of the top e-commerce sites in the world. This would lead to an investment in 2015 of $300 million from Silver Lake Partners. This new influx of cash allowed them to grow even further with the acquisition of Kitbag, a UK-focused global soccer organization. This would be their first main focus around international expansion. In 2016, they would then create a YouTube channel with videos from Andy and Devin Noel to produce live streams and exclusive content, which helped spread their brand even further. In 2017, Fanatics made one of their biggest and most important acquisitions. They would purchase the manufacturer Majestic Athletic from VF Corporation. Majestic at the time was the exclusive on-field uniform provider for the MLB from 2005 to 2019. This deal would be extremely important because it would allow them the chance to spread the Fanatics news throughout Major League Baseball. After the Under Armour deal with the MLB fell through, Fanatics would strategically strike a manufacturing deal with Nike to utilize their facilities for MLB uniforms. Fanatics are once again utilizing the goal of Rubin to be that third party in between for the sports supply chain. By September of 2017, Fanatics would close another round of investment that was led by SoftBank, but this time participation came from professional sports leagues. The NFL, MLB, NHL, MLS, and NFLPA all would provide investment in Fanatics, which would lead to those online stores beginning to be run by Fanatics, as well as all sports gear and memorabilia coming from Fanatics. Under the arrangement, Fanatics designs, manufactures, and distributes all Nike-branded fan apparel sold at retail for the NFL and MLB, including all jerseys. Fanatics would cut a deal with Walmart in 2019 to sell their apparel on Walmart's site. In February 2021, Fanatics made a huge jump into the foreign market, making a deal with Chinese private equity firm Hillhouse Capital Group to sell and expand outreach in China, a market that many sports organizations had been trying to grow within. They would also lead another round of investing from outsiders to expand into the digital aspect market like that of NFTs, digital media, traditional media, and gambling. This would lead to the overall company of Fanatics growing even larger, making Fanatics overall the parent company being led by Michael Rubin, with Doug Mack becoming the CEO of Fanatics Commerce and vice chairman. All of these steps led to Fanatics taking their next jump in the sports industry with the acquisition of Topps for $500 million. Topps at the time was reportedly being shopped as a SPAC to raise financial investment. Seeing this, Rubin's Fanatics knew this was an opportunity to purchase Topps out from underneath the SPAC merger. Getting in the world of sports cars helped both Fanatics and Topps grow even further, as Topps has been able to leverage the exclusive rights to those professional leagues, making Topps the official sports cards of many of the sports leagues. February 2022, Fanatics would acquire the famous classic sportswear company Mitchell & Ness from Juggernaut Capital Partners. This has become a key aspect of their jersey division. After this acquisition, they raised another round of funding, leading the organization to be valued at $27 billion. All of the funding to reach this valuation came from teams, players, leagues, and player associations. The most recent and most risky Fanatics acquisition came in May 2023 when they struck a deal to purchase PointsBet's US. However, DraftKings would try to purchase it before them, but the Fanatic empire would not be stopped. They would bid $225 million to purchase PointsBet, a step in the world of sports betting. This acquisition would be extremely interesting as it is Fanatics' first step into a different industry outside of that e-commerce and manufacturing concept. It shows their desire to continue to grow the sports business further. It would be interesting to see what happens with this deal as Fanatics has exclusive contracts with several leagues. Many are asking if they will become the official sports betting organization of these leagues rather than FanDuel or DraftKings. The other thing that has helped set Fanatics apart was the fact that they have signed exclusive deals with current and former athletes, meaning they are the only producer of sports memorabilia for specific athletes. These exclusive deals have helped revolutionize the industry. Overall, the other thing that has brought Fanatics so much success besides the exclusive rights deal is the fact that they barely had any bad missteps or hiccups. The only main mistake that they had came in 2021 when Fanatics acquired another company created by Michael Rubin with Mike Novogratz and Gary Vaynerchuk. Candy Digital, which was an online digital collectibles company. Essentially, it was all focused on digital assets like NFTs, which many know was a fad investment during COVID. They would even raise $100 million in financing. By January 2022, Fanatics would be forced to divest this misstep. Fanatics has been able to grow and have success through smart acquisitions, little debt, investors who cared, exclusive contracts, and small risk investments. Through all of this, Michael Rubin has been able to build Fanatics into the sports empire we know today. What do you think will be next for Fanatics? Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Believable Truths.